Hello there, this is a tutorial using the Cricut Maker and the pattern is on my home page. I have over 500 sewing and quilting tutorials, so please press that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, like and comment. So let's see how you can get the pattern and how to make this small card wallet. This is my Cricut homepage and this is how you will find me. This is my name. So let's see what the project is. This is what I called the project. It's an easy sew card wallet and this is what the wallet looks like. So there's 4 different pictures. And then when we click on the Make It button, it will give you everything that you need for cutting. And here we go. Everything is all on a 12 by 12 mat, and I chose just to cut this section separately. These are the parts in Cricut Design Space that we need to sew our card wallet. And once we click on the Make It button, everything is going to load up. I am going to skip to part 2, and this is going to be the external part of my card wallet. When we press continue, it was going to load up onto the screen. And this is the part that we had the stabilizer attached. So you've got the stabilizer attached to your external section of your wallet. So when the screen loads up, it's going to provide us all the information for what kind of material we are going to be using. So because we have something bonded to our fabric, I'm going to select the medium fabric bonded button. I have this all selected here because it's bookmarked. You can find certain materials by browsing on this particular button here, and anything here is all bookmarked. I'm going to click away from this because I already have it selected. So you can have this selected. I am going to press more. I am going to edit my tool to the rotary blade, press apply, and then I'm ready to cut. I am going to make about 3 passes on my Cricut to cut this material. Now you don't unload the Cricut with the arrow, you will just press the Cricut button and then it will go back through your Cricut and it will cut again. So I'm going to do 3 passes with my bonded material. Let's talk about how we are going to prepare our card wallet first. So on the external section of your card wallet, you are going to adhere a medium weight stabilizer. This is what I use. It's a fusible woven stabilizer, and basically it's cotton on one side and there's a glue on the other side. Just gives you a little bit of stabilization, not too much, for your card wallet. I have adhered that to the reverse side of the external section of my card wallet. This is the tab section for our card wallet. We're going to turn it around so we have got the wrong side facing us. I'm going to fold it in half, take our iron, press, open it up. This created a crease line. So then what we're going to do is fold one section in, fold the other section in, and then fold the whole section in on itself. We will then take it over to the sewing machine and we'll stitch 2 of the ends into place, and then that will create our key ring loop for our card wallet. We are going to take our 2 main sections and you are going to turn them So they are one on top of each other, wrong sides facing, and then you're going to take wonder clips and clip into place so they don't move. Just make sure that everything's straight and lined up. This section here is going to be my internal, and this section here is going to be my external. I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I am going to stitch lines quilting both of the external and the internal together. The first section that we are going to bind is the top bit going across here, and you're going to do it from the internal part of the wallet. I'm going to take a binding strip and I'm going to line it across, and I'm just only going to cut what I need. So I'm going to cut part of this off. I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch down 1/4 inch. That is the first section of the binding sewn into place on the card wallet. So we are going to flip that up. We are going to turn the whole project the other way around. Now we're looking at the external part of the wallet. Fold the binding over and then fold it over again. Now take this over to your sewing machine and stitch into place. Now, using a pair of scissors or a rotary cutter, you are just going to cut that so it's shaped into the top of the wallet once again, like so. The next part we are going to bind is the bottom of the card wallet. I'm going to turn it back over so we are looking at the interior of the card wallet. I'm going to place my binding so it's face down. I'm going to cut the excess off, and then once again I'm going to sew this binding to the card wallet at 1/4 inch. So you will now turn that back up, flip the project over, fold the binding in half, and then fold over again. You can take some wonder clips to clip into place, and then sew into place. We're going to do this one just slightly different on the end here. So you're going to take another piece of your binding strip, making sure you have a little bit excess on this bottom end. And once again, you are going to stitch into place. Once again, you are going to open this out. And you're going to turn it around, fold this over in half, and at this point you may find it easier if you take this over to the iron and give this a good press. Once again, go to the sewing machine and stitch into place. The bottom end will be all nice, and this top end needs to be cut away once again. Do the same thing to the other side. Let's now attach the binding to the top corner of our card wallet. Once again, sew 1/4 inch, fold over that binding, turn it around, you're going to have to fold over these corners here. This is going to be easier pressing this into place so it doesn't move. So we're going to fold both of these corners in and press. Now that these two are pressed, you can then fold this in half And I would advise you to press again, and then once again fold everything onto itself like so, and then stitch into place. The dimensions for the card wallet fold are 1 3/4 inches from the top of the card wallet. So I am going to bring the bottom up, and I am going to line it up with 1 3/4. I will then pin into place with wonder clips. Placement of the keyring for the card wallet. Now it's up to you how long you want your loop. So decide how long you want your key ring loop for the card wallet. I don't want it quite as long as that, so I'm going to cut this down. The loop of the key ring is going to be facing out. The raw seams are going to be facing in. Now I am going to line this up just so it's a little bit down from the top there. And I'm going to make sure it's within the sewing line of my binding, because I'm going to enclose the raw edge of my keyring loop within the seam allowance of my small card wallet. So once I have my placement into place, I am going to again clip with wonder clips and then sew into place. I will be making an extra sew just where the keyring loop is. Prepare the top section of your card wallet by folding the flap down and pressing with an iron. This will then make this lie flatter for when we add the cam snap. We are now going to apply the cam snap. First of all, we need to find out where the center of this flap is, and all you need to do is fold in half and finger press, and then there is your center. I am going to take a pencil and mark where the center is. Once I have my first marking, I am going to take my hole punch and I'm going to create a hole for my cam snap. This also serves as my next placement mark for the other cam snap. I am going to fold this over, and then where this hole is, I am going to mark a dot for my next hole. Once I have that marking in place, I can once again come in with my hole punch and create a hole. So now I have a hole in this part of the pouch and a hole in this part of the card wallet pouch. I can now place my cam snaps into place. There are 2 parts to a cam snap, and make sure that before you put them in, you have the correct parts, as they are hard to remove if you apply them. This bigger circular part will go on to the external part of your card wallet. I like to place this part onto the opening flap. Then I will get my tool and then once everything is lined up, I can put some pressure onto the tool, and this creates a working cam snap. So I am going to do the same thing over to the other side. Now this flat part here goes on the inside of the pouch, and then this part will rest on top. We take the tool, line everything up, and we just apply some pressure and it creates that cam snap for the other side. And now we can close our card wallet, and we have a nice cam snap adhered to both sides of the card wallet, and you can open and close the card wallet. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I have over 500 sewing and quilting tutorials. Please leave a comment down below. It really helps my channel when you do that. And also like. I shall see you in the next tutorial.